Hey, gang, good morning. Hope you're having a great week. So, you know what's crazy? Playoff baseball. The World Series, no matter who's in it, it's going to be a wild card team. Okay? And, Brian Cashman doesn't get a lot of things right recently, but he's got that right. It's a crapshoot. You never know who's going to win. Look at the top seeds: the Astros, Dodgers, Braves. They're all working on their 9-iron, their putters and all this stuff, playing golf or going fishing or whatever. And you got teams like the Diamondbacks or the Phillies waiting to play the Texas Rangers, all of which were wild card teams. Just goes to show you, good playoff baseball is good playoff baseball no matter who's in it. And the fact that we got championships, NLCS and the LCS that go 7 games, if you're a baseball fan, it's a good time to be a fan. I have a great appreciation for great baseball. And as disappointed as I am that the Yankees are not in it, I still appreciate good games. And these are good games. So I hope that you're enjoying it too. Tonight, Game 7, NLCS, Phillies Diamondbacks. We'll see who gets to play the Texas Rangers in the World Series. And Adolis Garcia's absolute boss. And whoever it is, whether it be the young, dynamic Diamondbacks, young, absolutely dynamic roster, versus the star-studded roster, star players. They're just like Texas, infused with some young players, just like Texas, and some good pitching, just like Texas. And Hillel brought up a great point from Backstage Baseball the other day on our live stream. Imagine if Jacob deGrom was healthy and pitching here too and productive. They would have probably beat the Astros in under 7 games had that happened. But next year, you got deGrom coming back healthy. You got Scherzer for a full season. And if they happen to bring back Jordan Montgomery, their rotation is going to be pretty good. Pretty damn good. And you got John Gray and some of these other guys. Texas has a lot of things to look forward to. So good for them. Hopefully the Yankees take notice and start building accordingly. But with that said, I put out a short yesterday on Reggie Jackson, right? And by the way, look it down in the description down below. I'm going to source 2 articles about things that Reggie Jackson said. And I was talking about him calling out the Yankees. I'm going to put out an article on that. He called out the Yankees saying their voices weren't respected or heard and listened to. And you know what? If it's true, good for him. Good for him. And it needs to be heard. Okay? And the Yankees would be wise to take this to heart and act accordingly, appropriately. Okay? That's one. And he's known for being outspoken, and he's gotten himself into trouble before with his mouth. But he also speaks the truth, too, in certain situations, too. And he also called out Schilling yesterday for his behavior, being a white supremacist and a racist and a sexist and a conspiracy theorist and an election denier, and peddling a whole bunch of garbage propaganda. I'm going to source that article down there for you, too. He called him out, saying his behavior kept him out of the Hall of Fame. His version of freedom of speech kept him out of the Hall of Fame. Reggie Jackson actually said this. I'm going to post that down below, too. So you read it and let me know what you think. I was accurately reporting what was said yesterday, and it enraged a lot of people. And I don't know whether it is people who quietly agree with Schilling, don't want to admit it, or just don't like it. My question is, when did we turn into a society, a world that doesn't value facts, but instead values propaganda, lies, and conspiracy theories? Does it make us feel better about ourselves? Is that why we do it? Why are facts all of a sudden the enemy? And again, when did we come to the point, too, when somebody reporting what was said and somebody calling out what was said, which is Reggie Jackson, is worse than the person actually spreading the lies and conspiracy theories and everything else, which is what Schilling did? When did that become worse? It's just a question I want to understand from you folks, okay? And this is why I think it's important. I always, I tell you, I give the both sides of the story so you can see the good and the bad. This is why I'm doing both sides here with Reggie Jackson, all right? Calling out the Yankees, which will make a lot of fans happy, but also the other side of his outspoken manner, calling out somebody like Schilling. This is a former baseball player calling out a former baseball player. That's what it is. And this baseball player happens to have a very toxic attitude, very toxic being. He was fired from ESPN because of this. Okay? These are just the facts. It's up to people to decide what they want to do with that or what they want to agree with. But to me, I'm going to always put both sides of the story out so you can see for yourself. I'm not going to just put out the side I want you to see and expect you to agree with me. Okay, that's what propaganda is. Essentially convincing people to be outraged at the wrong people or outraged at A, B, and C when D, E, and F are actually happening. That's what the whole goal of propaganda is. So it's to misinform people. And I'm actually sourcing a Fox News article, which is well known for its propaganda. Just like Curt Schilling is well known for his stances too. Everything is public. So I'm sourcing that article just so you could see. I'm not being biased. Okay, I'm sourcing a Fox News article here that speaks about what Reggie Jackson said about Curt Schilling. Read them. Let me know what you think. Okay, this is not me being political. This is me reporting both sides, whether we agree with it or not. And it's, to me, it's my personal belief is that it's the right thing to do to give you both sides, especially if I have access to them. Okay, so that you can have a well-informed opinion. It's your choice to decide whatever your opinion is after you check out the articles. That's up to you. You support whatever you want. Okay, but at the very least, I want you to have both sides or access to both sides, and not carry a biased reporting or whatever you want to call it. So take a look at it. Let me know what you think. I think it's important. But this stuff is not more exciting than the playoff baseball we're watching right now. That was a great series. I'm glad that the Astros beat up on the were beat up by the Texas Rangers. And I'm hoping the Phillies, my wife's a huge Phillies fan, so I'm hoping that the Phillies close out the Diamondbacks. So we have a clash of the Titans. Phillies versus Texas Rangers. But if it's Rangers Diamondbacks, it's Rangers Diamondbacks. But I am rooting for the Phillies. And we're still hoping for a lot more activity from the Yankees. So we got this. Curt Schilling versus Reggie Jackson. We got the Phillies versus the Diamondbacks. And I will report on everything else that comes in. And I want you to be one of the first people and for the first folks to get it. So if you haven't done this yet, hit that red subscribe button. And just hit the notification as well. You just got to do two things. Just once, I'll take care of all the details moving forward after that. Make sure that you have all the scoop, all the inside news, and you're one of the first people to get it. That's my vow, my promise to you. So let me know what you think of this situation. Now, let me know what you think of the playoffs, first of all. Let me know what you think of this Reggie Jackson versus Curt Schilling situation. And again, read the articles so you can see this is not me being political. This is me reporting what was said. Okay? And again, it's fair to give you both sides. I don't want to deprive you of half the story. That's not fair. I'd be robbing you of information that's valuable. So that's just my view on it. But have a great day, everybody. Talk to you next time.